Monday, June the 13th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Some weather changes for today compared to what we had over the weekend. And boy, it was a hot and steamy weekend. First of all, this morning, mountain temperatures 60s to lower 70s. I'll show you other temperatures coming up across the area in just a moment. But certainly, still in many spots, as at the time I cut this video, still a warm and humid morning. There's a look at the Carolina Harbor water park there, part of Carowinds, and the temperature there, 71. Still fairly humid this morning, too. And let's see, let me get the right source there. There's Carolina Beach, looking pretty good this morning. Temperature there stands at 77 here on this Monday morning. All right, what a steamy weekend. These were your highs yesterday afternoon, 98 in Fayetteville. Columbia hit 99. 95 in Charlotte yesterday, 94 up in Richmond, Virginia, even Asheville at 91. There's your 90s across the board in the Triad area and the Charlotte area yesterday afternoon. Again, a hot and steamy weekend. This morning, though, it's still pretty warm and humid, but we have much, much drier air moving in from the north. These are the dew point temperatures at the 5 o'clock hour. Greensboro down to 55, 42 the dew point in Richmond, 52 in Raleigh, 40 for dew points in the Outer Banks up in the Greenville and Elizabeth City. And watch this, that drier air, those lower dew point temperatures, try to continue to take hold here across the region here today. So a lot of the Carolinas getting into that drier air temporarily, but then look at this, back up the dew points go tomorrow. And then even higher dew points for Wednesday. That means the return of thunderstorm chances. But overall, today looks pretty good. Radar quiet locally. Some scattered thunderstorms in parts of the high plains states, down in parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and more rain with some flooding issues again this morning in Texas. Here's a setup around here, though. That front moving through from the north, and this drier air taking hold behind it. Good looking weather setup for today. High temperatures in the 80s this afternoon in much of North Carolina. And again, just as a for instance, look at these dew points around the Triad area looking good. So for Greensboro, Raleigh, even down towards Charlotte, we're getting these dew points temporarily today down into the really nice portion of our dew point comfort scale. Triad specifics, 86 the high today, down to 62 tonight. Tomorrow, though, the humidity begins to creep back in, and also the chance of some afternoon thunderstorms begins to return. So I think a few afternoon storms possible for our Tuesday. There's your highs tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday looks pretty unsettled. This cold front getting closer to us, so a good coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday. Highs look like that. Thursday looks pretty hot. Highs surging well into the 90s. But then look at this. Watch what happens with our upper level pattern. We get a big trough right along the eastern seaboard, cut off low offshore. And then look at this. I think Saturday features sunshine, pretty low humidity. And look at these numbers for Saturday's high temperatures. Sunday looks very similar as well. Tropics pretty quiet. Gulf of Mexico very quiet. No sign of any tropical development across the Atlantic basin as a whole. All right, this is what it looks like on the European model, the vorticity chart this morning. You get out to later this week, this is Friday, and here's that big trough diving in. If you look at the height fields, that big ridge that had been in place temporarily backing away, and it's going to redevelop over the Rocky Mountain region at the same time this weekend while we enjoy that cooler weather setup. This is a nasty ridge, and that is a 600 decameter ridge. If you follow meteorology, that is nasty stuff there towards the desert southwest on the European model this weekend. Again, weekend looks pretty good here, and overall on the European at least, the ridging wants to stay out west, and this is all the way out at Wednesday the 22nd. Looking pretty good over the eastern part of the country. Today looks good. There's your drier dew point temperatures on the GFS taking hold. Tomorrow, chance of some afternoon storms creeping back in as these dew point temperatures creep back up as well. Wednesday, there's your scattered thunderstorms on the GFS. Not a whole lot around Thursday on the GFS, but I'm going to leave in the chance of a few thunderstorms Thursday and Friday before that much drier air moves in from the north. There's Saturday, there's Sunday, there's Monday, looking extremely nice right now across the region. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.